I got the intro.
Okay, you get the fucking intro.
Weenus Gang Podcast back at you today, boys. This is the fourth time we've recorded. Two of them were... Well, one of them was very, very long. The other one was, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and that canceled on... Not even 5 minutes. It was 2 minutes, and it was still equally as frustrating. Okay, we got Seth, Nick. That's me, and Seth on the other side. We are the Wee Gang, and our last... Not our last.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We recorded a little less than an hour.
Yeah.
We talked about wills. We talked about
Death.
dying. We talked about... we touched on dating disabled
but
people.
I'm still going to talk about that.
For sure. Probably... Okay.
I'm going to start off with that.
Okay. I'm going to read something. I don't want to do this. Just customary. Yeah. So, there's this little calendar thing with, like, prompts on it, right? We found here in the stewed. And we want to kind of like make it a weekly thing. So we got explain one reason why people are concerned about rising water levels in the world's ocean. The answer on the card that has filled out before we got here says dolphins will invade coastal cities in phase 1 of their plan for world domination.
I agree.
You agree? Dude, it's so weird talking about this again. Like
for the
none
fourth
of exactly
time.
right. None of it's raw. None of it's real, dude. God,
It's fine.
It's fake.
Fine,
it feels pathetic.
It's fine. Next week we'll get it right. The first time
We should just do this until we have 2 mics, and then we'll just do this still.
Exactly. This is fine. Anyways, disabled people.
Disabled people. Okay, so not only disabled, dating disabled people. What did... Okay,
so I'll also... Yeah. A story. Okay, so a few days ago, I asked my cousin, I was like, hey, would you ever date a guy? Would you ever date a guy in a wheelchair? And she was like, no. Why would I ever want to do that? I was like, I don't know, maybe you really like the guy. And she's like, no, I don't want to date him because I want the guy to be taller than me, right? And I'm like, that's shallow. I think that's pretty shallow. I mean, I want to date a woman because she was in a wheelchair or because she was short. Like, the only reason I wouldn't date a woman if she was in a wheelchair is because she had no legs. You know, if you're gonna be in a wheelchair, have the legs. I'm a leg person. If you don't have legs, I can't look at you.
You want to rub them?
Yeah, I don't want to rub the nub. You know.
You want to rub all the way down.
Like I bet her nubs need lotion, and I'm not about to rub lotion on my nubs.
She can rub her own nubs.
I know, but what if it's like, ooh, rub my nubs? It's like, no, I'm not gonna. Yeah. What if it is, dude? What if it is?
Honestly. Be pretty homo if you ask me. That's just a bigger penis.
That's a pretty large penis.
A pretty large nub to be rubbing on, you know. Dating disabled people.
Would you?
Can't say I've ever liked a disabled person.
Not disabled people. Like I'm talking about like blind, deaf, wheelchair,
that's disabled.
Crutch. Yeah, but when you say disabled, I think of mental illness. You know.
I think of all of them.
That's true. Mental illness is disabled. I don't know why I segregated those two things.
Like, I would think about, like, and that's one thing. You know, I feel like I would have a wider dating market if I knew sign language.
Oh, if I knew sign language,
like, that's,
dude?
to me, I think sign language is so cool. So, like, and I think that people who are mute or deaf have great personalities that we don't get to see. And
and their humor's great.
Their humor's amazing. And that's the best part, right? Because I would hang out with some people, and they knew sign language, and we would hang out with... this was not often, by the way. We didn't hang out with these people often. It's not that we didn't want to. It never happened.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was a deaf girl, and one of her best friend knew sign language, and you know, we're talking and hanging out, and I don't know, I can't even remember who I was with. Long story short, this girl was cracking jokes that I would generally think of, but like in fucking slap hand, right? And you know, her sign language best bud was translating for me, and I was like, this girl's hilarious as shit. Mm-hmm. Why can't she talk? This is a curse, right?
Yeah.
She could be a comedian with this content, right? But you can't be a comedian like fucking like
Naruto on stage.
Yeah, like Narutoing it up, you know? It doesn't work. So yeah, that disappoints me that I never took the time to learn that stuff.
You know what? Let's learn sign language together.
Dude, I want to learn all languages. Because
That's
I feel like that opens up the
languages.
market, you know? I want
Yeah,
to learn, like, major languages, you know, like...
Spanish.
French, Spanish,
Not
Japanese,
French. Fuck
German.
French, dude. Fuck
You know what?
French.
Yeah, fuck French, dude. They're bigots.
France.
They're bigots.
They're bigots and
they act fancy. Baguette. You don't have to say it like a retard.
Oui. Shut the fuck up.
Talk like a normal person, dude. Okay. Everyone talks better than you. Okay.
And they always are like, every time they see the only wars they can fight is with each other. Okay. Every time anyone else talks about fighting them, they're like,
we can't do it.
What's a gun? I don't understand what a gun is. War strategies? What are those?
I don't know. We just kind of run at them. It seems to work.
Fuck the French.
I agree.
Anyway.
I think that's a good Instagram. Dating a disabled person. Let's go through the disabilities. Okay, we'll just go one at a time. Mute. Would you date him?
What do you mean mute? Just like...
Would you date someone who's mute? They can't
couldn't talk? Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. Mute is not a big deal to me.
I wouldn't date him.
Why not?
Personally, I wouldn't date him.
Why not?
Don't know sign language. How do you expect me to communicate?
Well, she's not deaf.
They do have like
she's
new machines.
Deaf.
They do have new machines like where they can like type pictures and like the pictures like
or they can type
up.
They type and it's like a speaker.
That's true.
Yeah.
So there's that. But even then, like something about a lady's
voice.
If
her personality, that's true. If her personality was that good for me to like her while she is mute, I will learn sign language for that woman.
You know, my thing is like, if they're always grunting, how am I supposed to know when they want sex? You know, I'm just joking. I'm sorry, fuck.
You know, you're gonna be a great dad. You're gonna be a great dad.
I wish I had dad jokes because I feel like that would make me a better father at some point.
Well, you know, when it's just a natural thing that kicks in.
Is it?
You know, once your seed is implanted, it's like,
just like
it's
oh my god,
it's like I'm
humor.
I'm straight black coffee. What's next on the list?
Deaf, obviously.
I would date a deaf person.
I don't think I'd date a deaf person because it's just a mute person.
No.
Deaf people can't talk unless they become
actually
deaf.
I wouldn't date a deaf person. I wouldn't date
a deaf person.
Yeah.
Because what am I supposed to say like when they're catching the house on fire?
Hey! And they're just like
exactly.
cooking, and like behind them,
you have to have
ass is just about to explode.
You have to have like a taser.
Yeah.
Or like a fucking like a paddle to fucking smack them in the head and be like, "What are you doing? You're leaving the fucking stove on. Gas is leaking to the house, and you're trying to light up a ciggy. What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Are we bigots?
Are we? I don't think we're bigots.
I feel like we could. I feel like
we're probably bigots.
Anyway,
okay.
We continue.
Blind.
We push on. Blind?
I would date a blind person.
I would date a blind
I think Braille is so cool. Plus, if you watch
I would definitely learn.
You know.
They're not going to be fucking Daredevil in the bedroom. Fucking.
I'm thinking, dude.
See.
Because they can't see, they're just fucking ramming everything, you know? Jesus Christ. They can't see that it's dirty, you know?
But they can smell it.
Not if you put some Febreze down there.
They can smell the Febreze. Okay,
one of those
if you're blind,
those car
every
Febreze
other
clips, right? Put it in her nose.
every other sense is heightened if one of your senses is gone, such as your eyesight. Therefore, would you date a girl who couldn't taste?
I wouldn't say taste is a disability. Like, I know it's a sense.
It's not a disability, but I would not date her. I would rather date a blind person than a person with no taste.
Ooh.
Because it's is that food good? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it actually might allow for like some more conversation. I think I'd date someone without taste. No. Right? Because sometimes you go on a date with a girl, right? And they're like, you can't think of something to talk about, or maybe you're just avoiding questions, and just like them, right? So you're like, oh, this food's really good, or how do you like the meal? I think that's all superficial crap that you don't need to talk about, right? I think a real connection would spark up some sort of conversation.
I think it's...
So I think if a girl can't taste, it eliminates the possibility of random like garbage small talk, and you can just get straight to like having a good conversation, whether it's deep or not, right? Just like flowing.
Yeah.
Now, if they have no personality and no taste, I wouldn't date them.
Well, yeah, no taste people usually have no personality because they have tasteless in the world, you know.
They're tasteless.
They're tasteless.
That was a good one. I like that. Is that a dad joke?
Qualifies, dude. I'm a father, dude. I'm ready to plant seed.
I'm ready to seed the world.
I'm basically a fucking farmer with how much seed I'm ready to plant. Okay. Anyway.
That's good.
What a...
That was a dad joke.
That was a dad joke.
That was a dad joke.
I will not tell that to my children.
You know what? My dad has the worst dad jokes, and but the one dad joke I give him credit for is he's like, you know what? I'm a motherfucker. You know why?
You fuck mothers.
Because I fuck all your mothers. And I was like,
that's true. That's
like,
a fact.
You know,
dude.
it's a vivid image, but I appreciate it.
A kid at school called me a motherfucker and was like, yeah, you know why? Because I fuck your mom, you know? And he wasn't expecting that, dude.
That was good.
Kids younger than me just don't expect good jokes. Okay, you need to stop simping right now, dude.
I'm not simping, bro. I just checked it, bro.
No, dude. I see you. Do you see me checking my phone? No.
I'm sorry. You're right.
See me checking my phone?
I didn't want to be I didn't want to have a tardy response.
And you just fucking left her on red too. Fuck you.
She's fine.
It's fine.
She's fine.
Next disabled person.
Yeah, next disability. So we got blind, deaf,
tasteless. Tasteless is a disability.
I don't think it is, but
I think it is.
We can go to mental illness. Schizophrenic.
No, that's a hard pass. No. That's a hard pass.
What are some good mental illnesses? Retarded. I'm sorry.
Well, retarded is a clinical term.
Is it?
Yeah, look it up.
Retarded.
Well, people don't use it anymore because people...
because they use it in a slang manner?
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Just like
to specify, we're saying retarded in the sense that is medical.
Clinically medical used term.
The person is medically diagnosed as retarded.
Yes. Just like autistic. Autistic in 20 years is just going to be like retarded. Okay?
Would you say someone who has autism?
No.
Why?
I would date someone with minimal autism. Why?
Functioning autism.
Because it's like I don't want to babysit. You know. I know I sound like a total douchebag.
I get it,
but
it's manageable. But
I can barely date normal people.
That's true.
I'm very picky. Okay, I can't just. That's not true. I've asked women out just by their looks.
That's true.
Yeah.
Superficial. You have to be sometimes. You have to be, yeah. You know?
But sometimes, like, how do you meet new people?
Superficially.
Tinder.
No, I can't. I've never met a person Tinder. On Tinder.
Fuck Tinder.
That's why I'm not on there anymore.
Exactly.
I deleted my account and I was talking to some friends about it the other day. They were ladies and they were like, "Would you swipe right on my profile?" And I was like, "Let me see your profile." So I looked through it. I was like, "Yeah, you're pretty, and your profile, you know, it doesn't show like a lot of personality, but I think I'd still swipe right, right?" Mm-hmm. So I was gonna show mine, so I re-downloaded Tinder, and I forgot I just completely deleted the account. And so I went to log in, and they were like, "So you want to create an account?" I was like, "Fucking no, pull up my old shit, man." So I was like, "Never mind, I'm not gonna redo everything I put on my Tinder just to show them what I would put on Tinder." Like that's stupid.
It's
so we talked about retarded, like.
I want to date. Anyone?
No, what's the, like Down syndrome?
Down syndrome. No.
Maybe if they developed it after
functioning. The fact. Well, okay. If I fell in immediately, if I love them before they had a transformation, let's say.
Transformation?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know what else to call it. But if before an accident happened and they just like a mentally declined. Right, I would stay with them, you know, because it's like I fell in love with you and I won't abandon you just because you're different now. However, I have no abandonment issues because if I don't know you and you're already like that, I'm not with you.
You know what I would do? I'd divorce them, but let them live with me, right?
So they can watch you fuck other people.
I mean, yeah, because I want to start dating again. Like, not immediately. Obviously, right, if you go through real trauma like that, you take the time.
Yeah. If you find out your wife is on...
But eventually, I would like to get to the point... No, I mean, like, if they have Down syndrome and they're just incapable of, like... Not even Down syndrome. Because Down syndrome... I think if
mental
they have
illness.
Down syndrome, right? No, I'd still date them or whatever, right, after the fact. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, like, if they went through, like, a mental trauma and they were almost, like... brain dead and like couldn't function on the day-to-day, right? I think I would leave them eventually. I think I would too. I don't think I have the patience. I would definitely try it first. Yeah, for sure. Like, because I love them, right? Mm-hmm. But that love is gonna fall out once you start babysitting them. I'd like to hope that I'd have the strength. I do not. I can tell you right now. I can try. Be able to stay with them. Yeah. But I don't think I would. We don't. Muscle dystrophy. Like. But there's a lot of specific cases with that though. Yeah, but like I'm talking about like they were born like
with
dystrophic. I think that's the word. And basically they can't move, right? Their muscles can't develop, so they're just like incapable of existing.
So they're just paralyzed.
Like, well, some people no, they're not paralyzed. Like
they can move and walk and stuff, right?
No.
They can, what the fuck are you
talking
about?
Do you know what muscle dystrophy is?
Yes,
so
but didn't
paralysis,
that one guy? I'm not gonna name his name because no names. But didn't that one guy, our friend from the Super Smash Bros. Group, he was different shade.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Or black.
He had a muscle dystrophy.
I think he had atrophy.
No, he had muscle dystrophy. We've talked about it. I talked to him not a lot about it.
I talked to him about it.
I made fun of him
for it. But I think it was atrophy.
I heard dystrophy.
Damn, that's crazy because that's fucked.
Fucking hang on. Well,
Yeah,
because he had to take certain medicines and all that shit. So,
dystrophy's a hard one. So some people with muscle dystrophy, there's extreme cases and mild cases. Some people can do some stuff, but like when I was in the hospital, I think I had atrophy. I was in the hospital for so long that I lost muscle, right? Like I couldn't open water bottles and stuff like that. I could still walk, right? So I was still able to do like most of the things I wanted to be able to do, but like opening water bottles and doing stuff for myself was difficult, right? Even tying my shoe was difficult, right? So I was still able to function, but I still had to rely on other people to help me with tying my shoe. Like if I wanted to drink water, like, hey, can you open this, right? So a lot of things that I did needed to be easier for me, right? Obviously I got over that, but that's a tough one, dude.
Muscle dystrophy, according to Google, a group of genetic diseases that cause progressive weakness and loss of muscle mass. In muscular dystrophies, abnormal genes lead to muscle degeneration. Most forms begin in childhood. So I don't think it's necessarily like a borderline paralysis thing. I think it's definitely not curable. I don't know if it's curable. Don't listen to me. I'm not a doctor. I just fuck it, dude. You know what? Yes. I'm just saying yes. I'll date someone with muscle dystrophy. No idea what it is. I'm going in blind. Embrace the chaos.
So I looked up atrophy to just clarify. Yeah, so he has dystrophy.
Yeah.
I had atrophy. Yeah. Atrophy is like the unuse of a muscle, so it degenerates, right? Obviously, he used his muscles. He was in PE and stuff like that. So like we know he was active.
But he wasn't an Olympic sprinter,
right? He was incapable of growing.
Yeah.
Those muscles. So
yeah, I would date a person with muscle dystrophy.
If they gained muscle dystrophy, I would. I don't think I would seek someone with
I'm not seeking anyone.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if I met someone with like dystrophy, I wouldn't seek them as a sexual partner
If I was a woman and I approached you and was like, "Hi, my name is Necromancy Nancy."
Necromancy Nancy.
Yes.
You could have just said fucking Stacy or something. You went out of your way to be creative.
Anyway, I walk up to you and I'm like, "I'm Nancy. Also, I have muscle dystrophy." And you're like, no.
I think that's like a third date kind of conversation.
No, not gonna date you. You got the freak.
You got the dystrophy, bro.
Yeah, I don't think most people are like that. I feel like that's definitely something you find out once you have like sex or something.
You know what the issue
and you
about
see like the
muscle
medicines
dystrophy is?
on their nightstand. You're like, oh fuck, you're fucked.
You know the thing about muscle dystrophy? A lot of our body is a muscle. I don't know.
I think most of
our
our
heart
body
is a muscle.
Well, yes, but it's
your tongue is a muscle. So depending on their dystrophy, and it can
exactly. It's very specific. It's case by case basis.
Exactly right. But like generally, it like increases as you get older and whatnot, right? So one day they can move their tongue, the next day they can't, and now they're choking on their own tongue, right? So now they're fucking dead, right? So I don't want to risk that, because it's like when you watch your parents die or something as they get older, except you're doing it with the person you're supposed to love the most, right? Like your wife. So I think that's unfair to you, but at the same time, it's unfair to them because then it's almost it's almost like an excuse to not love him, or her, right? So that's a tough one. I feel like all of these are tough ones, right?
Well, there's no it's not as simple as yes or no. It's all case by case.
Exactly.
Everything is case by case.
Even then, like it shouldn't have to be case by case. We're all just like selfish and we don't want to deal with it. And there's some people that are willing to date them, right? But at the same time, I think those people sometimes they seem fake.
Yeah, sometimes they do it for clout.
Yeah, which I don't appreciate.
I avoid situations like that because it's like I'm not a clout
Chaser.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot the word. Thank you, sir. Do you want to move on from disabled topic?
No, I like it.
What else? What other disabilities are we talking about?
Cerebral palsy.
No.
No? I wouldn't either.
No. I would probably say no to most.
Like
to be honest.
seizures, like epileptic seizures.
No, I like.
Is that a disability?
I would consider it. Not. I want. It's a condition.
Condition, so not a disability. Paralyzed.
Paralyzed? No, that's a hard pass.
Well, like, depending on where they're paralyzed. No. What the fuck? That was so. That was good.
I'm glad that we don't have a camera.
Stop doing it, man.
We're moving on from that. No, I would not date someone.
What if they're only paralyzed from the legs down, hips?
Well, I told you earlier I would date someone in a wheelchair, so yeah.
How about just their arms?
Just their arms? I enjoy hand jobs.
Do you?
No.
Okay.
No one can do it better than me.
I've been doing this shit for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for what?
Like,
the last 2?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, but like, can I take over?
Can I take over here?
Like, if anything, you're turning me off.
Like, turning me off. I don't know. You got callous hands. What are you, farm
Get some
hands?
lotion on that shit. Any other disabilities?
There's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is basically an entire podcast.
Well, we can move on. I feel like we hit a good amount.
We had a good amount.
Anyone we left out is just going to be neglected.
Fuck you. You want to talk?
What's that? What do we got here? Not natural magnets. That's stupid.
What? You don't like the idea of natural magnets?
3 wishes from a genie.
Infinite wishes.
So let me put some parameters on this. Okay, you can't ask for infinite wishes, right? You can't ask. Oh, there was one other one.
For more wishes, just more wishes.
You can't ask for more wishes. That's it.
That's basically the only rule.
I think so.
3 wishes.
But it has to be from a genie. I don't know why.
From a genie, not from God, but from a genie. Okay. What's the difference? My first wish would probably be a good amount of wealth. I wouldn't want to be the wealthiest man, but I also wouldn't want to be I want to be able to like make sure that when I get a family and have kids and have a wife, that they won't have to worry about a day in their lives about.
Well, would you do instant wealth or would you do like a steady income kind of thing?
Steady. I want a steady income.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be helping you. Do your questions.
Yeah. The more assistance I have, the better the answers. So, but the less I don't fucking.
Second one.
I think that's all I want. Oh, I don't know. Become. I don't know, dude. I think I'm good with that. I'm good with that. One wish, and I'll keep that. I'll keep the other 2 in case like my wife gets cancer at 35 or something. You know, get that shit out of there.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. Save on the wishes.
So all I need is like a steady income.
An emergency wish.
2 emergency wishes.
2 emergency wishes.
Yeah, only needs the one.
You want to wish for one other thing?
No, like what?
I don't know, like.
Dude, I'm happy with what I am now.
Yeah, but
I have no money right now.
What if, like, in 30 years, you start to go, or 20 years, you start to go bald, and you're like, I don't want to be bald.
That's the reason why I have 2 wishes.
Well, that's the thing. You don't want to wish one on being bald, right? When you can just wish to not be bald.
I'll have my second wish. If I was 45 years old, I'm going bald, right? My wish is to invent a cure for baldness. Boom. Now there's money in the drain. Now there's money in my pocket. See, and no bald.
I kind of like how you went with that, but I think it's flawed. I think I would ask. I would wish for the ability, right? Like to have the knowledge and the ability to be able to make it. Because if I have the knowledge and ability to make it,
no shit! How am I just gonna be like?
Right, but no. You just like, I wish that I could make it, right? But so you're just saying, like, what if you don't get the knowledge? Rather, you just get like the ability. So you just drop some soap in a fucking lotion bottle, and then next thing you know, you have like a serum.
That's what I was contemplating because right after like my first wish, I was thinking about like, do I want the ability just like to read as much as I can, right? To gain as much knowledge as I can, because I love learning and discussing things, right? But I hate reading because it feels like I'm being indoctrinated into a cult. Certain books.
So weird.
Certain books. Yeah, because it's like political books, I should say. Political books feel like
because there's always an agenda.
There's always an agenda. There's always a push, and I don't like it because it's nothing straightforward. No matter what book I read, it's always the right or the left, and I don't like that. But a lot of public speakers, I fucking hate them because they're always talking about like, oh, the left does this. The Democrats don't understand. It's like you're not helping the situation by villainizing one side, right? The whole reason people like certain presidents is because they can just say, fuck you, both you guys. Why don't we just come together and stop trivializing each other, I guess, you know. Anyway, my second wish would be the ability to just be knowledgeable about everything. And I had that third wish for
knowledge.
Cure cancer.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, hang on. I gotta get real fucking specific and legal with this shit. Okay, first wish. Me and my family, my entire family, actually just the people I choose, so I will have to write down that list later, will be not successful, but won't have to worry about a cent in their life, you know, get through whatever they want. Money, right?
Okay, but are we talking about responsible spending, or are we talking about, like, just excessive? Because remember, if you have wealth involved, right, now you got to think about, like, some people have different expectations on what, like, see? I love adding these in, because then you just get, like, fuck me. Right? Because some people have different lifestyles, so some people, like, having nice things isn't a luxury. It's like there's a day-to-day lifestyle, whereas other people having, like, an Xbox is a luxury, right? So what are you thinking, middle class, upper, or lower?
Where they don't have to worry about a roof over their head, meals on the table. They have the bare minimums at least, and they have the opportunities to succeed. I'm not going to give you a fucking Xbox. You go out there, get a job, and you earn that shit. I'm just saying, I want them...
Their basic needs.
Their basic needs. They're not homeless. They're not worried about anything.
They get, like, standard grocery, like, drop-offs.
Not even like, yeah, I guess...
That's a need. It's food.
Yeah. But, like, if they want that extra donuts, you know, if they want those donuts, if they want...
Go buy yourself some fucking donuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
go get a fucking job, all right? You know? But, basic
I'm not
needs.
even worried about the people I care about. Mine are so selfish.
What's yours?
Like, they're selfish, but they're also, like, so I can support a family, but, like...
That's what I'm saying. It's like, me and the people I choose will never have to worry about anything.
Like, if my kids moved out, I wouldn't pay for it, you know?
Pay for their house? No, I'm talking about, like, so, like, if you move out, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you move out of my fucking square, and you think you can do it better, fucking go. More power.
But you
to
won't protect them?
I won't protect them. If you die, you die.
Holy shit.
What's your wishes?
So my wishes were, because I thought about this, and that's where I actually, like, got the idea. So my first wish was to have the ability and the time. Shit, I had this way, like, I had to plot it out way better when I was doing this originally.
I believe in you.
So, well, I'll do the first one. No need to sleep. Like, no matter how long I stay awake, I don't need to sleep. But I can choose to sleep, kind of, right?
I can already tell you that you're gonna kill yourself very young if you don't have any sleep.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not the need to sleep.
But you don't need. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. So I won't need to sleep, which means I'll have more time to do things, right?
Yes, but then your life will be fucking.
But I get to live 2 lifetimes.
Boring.
One, not if you see the other wishes, right? So no need to sleep. The second wish is the drive and the fucking, what do they call that? Commitment to the things I'm interested in, right? Because the things I'm interested in will give me money if I can accomplish them, right? So the drive and the commitment to be able to
just because you have the drive doesn't it's not guaranteed.
Well, yeah, but it gives me the opportunity to, like, chase those opportunities.
So you're spending 24 hours 7 days a week.
Yeah, but that's the good part, right? Because even if I can afford it now, I can spend the rest of my time working because I don't need sleep,
right? So I can, since I have so much time, I can always be doing something to try to chase
You'd kill
after
yourself.
those. No, you wouldn't, because
sleep
you don't
is
need,
a good.
No, that's what I'm saying, right?
But you don't have that
I
need,
won't
right?
need it.
But that's what I'm saying. But sleep is that good, like, just to relax. Okay, if you remove the need to sleep,
I can still relax. I just can't. I just won't be. I just won't need to sleep to relax.
Sleep.
See what I'm saying?
Is,
No, you're not thinking big brained enough.
No, you're thinking.
You're an idiot.
You're
a fool.
You're thinking so. You're thinking so, like, at first. I'm talking about 10 years down the fucking line.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right?
When you're 10 years down the fucking line, you're fucked, dude. You want to kill yourself because you're like, I can never fucking escape the reality, dude. We sleep because of our dreams, and we dream because of our sleep. And
Jesus, what the fuck does that have to do with anything, dude?
I'm telling you, you would kill yourself.
Then that's what I do. But I would have chased my dreams down the entire time.
I'm looking for longevity in my wishes.
So mine would be not. I wouldn't need to sleep.
It's a guarantee. Kill yourself.
The drive and the determination. That's the word to chase after like my passions.
What's your third wish?
Okay, and my third wish is knowledge. All infinite knowledge.
You would kill yourself. That is definitely
because there's nothing to be curious about. Right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, it would be. It would be like it wouldn't be like, because if you said all infinite knowledge, that basically means like omniscient.
Your brain would overload.
Right, which would mean that I know everything about everyone. Right, I don't want to be omniscient. I want to know like the mysteries. Because what I mean is like knowledge in the sense that. Like, I would know everything about computers, I know everything about science and history and blah, 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 right? But I wouldn't know anything about people because people are all unique, right? It doesn't matter how many
not true.
It doesn't matter how many psych classes. Sure, we're all bound by the same, like emotions and things like that, but not everyone acts the same. So you can't, even if you have all the knowledge about it, you can never know or have a guarantee of what people are going to do, right? So I'll have all, like, the book knowledge, but there's still things to be curious about, right? Because just because you're smart doesn't mean that you can't appreciate beauty.
That's true.
Right? Even if you know how it all works. Right?
I'm not arguing.
So there's still things that I can be fulfilled with, but I'll have the knowledge and, right, if you put all the wishes together, I'll have the knowledge to be able to chase my dreams.
The time.
Right? I'll have the time.
And the drive.
Right?
You'll kill yourself.
Which means I can have a family. Right?
You'll definitely kill yourself.
And and because I have all the time and determination to chase after those things and to protect those things, I'll be set.
You'd kill yourself.
No.
Okay. Your dream, your wishes work in a short span of time. Okay.
They're infinite. They're infinite.
Okay, no, you would kill yourself. There's too much time. You have too much time on your hands, and that drive would never run out.
No, because there's so many. That's the thing. You don't have the. No, that's what
Stop
I'm saying.
blowing.
I would have all the time,
face,
right?
Dude. I will tickle your butthole.
Sorry. Okay. There's a million different things you can do in this world. Right? And just because you have the knowledge doesn't mean you have the degrees of the certification to go behind all that stuff, right?
So you want all that certification.
So that's what I'm saying, right? Even if I have the knowledge, but that means I can jump from career to career, right? Always trying to do something and like elevating myself.
Sounds boring as fuck.
No, I'm not, because I'll always be able to chase down other things, right? So even if I get bored with something, I can find a new interest, right? And then chase after it, which means I can always be going to school, right? Which means I can always be chasing after new jobs and opportunities, right?
Kill yourself.
Which means that I would have an unlimited amount of experiences to do, right? Plus the world's huge. It would take several lifetimes to explore the entire world, right? So assuming I don't die along the way, there's always something I can chase down, and I'll always have the drive and the knowledge to be able to know how to chase those things down in the best way possible.
You'd kill yourself.
So I'm a winner, chicken dinner, bitch.
You'd kill yourself. I refuse to believe.
You just, whatever, okay?
No, that's just too much time. That's too much time.
Which, we could jump straight into manipulating time from there.
By the way, I agree with that. Manipulating time, if that was a superpower, that's the most overpowered fucking...
It is the most overpowered, but I also think it's stupid.
But your 3 wishes are not stupid.
You can feel however you want to feel about my wishes, okay?
But manipulating time is stupid.
Let the people, the comments decide.
You're fucked. You are fucked.
So, manipulating time. Can't remember where this is. Oh, yeah. So I did this question initially with a lassie who I've been talking to.
Sim.
Thank you. And she said that she wished she had the ability to like change her past and the future and like know the future. So she wished she had the ability to see into the future and change her past.
Knowledge would kill you. Yeah.
So
suicide.
You're really not gonna drop that, are you?
I'm not gonna drop
it. And I completely disagreed, because to me, a part of living life, right, is all about learning from your experiences, right? And that requires mistakes to learn, right? So I think the ability to look into the future would offset that, because you'd be able to know how to avoid those mistakes, right? So, like, because everything has an if-then, right? So essentially, right, you look into the future, right, and then you see that you got in this big argument and you lost a friendship. Well, then whatever happened that broke up that friendship is still in the future, right? So then you just go look and see what was the tipping point, right? And then you see that point, right? And then you're like, oh, well, now I know what to do. Well, if that friendship doesn't end, right, and you don't learn from that mistake that you would have made, right, then you won't become a better person,
this
right?
is why time travel doesn't work.
Now you're just manipulating your friends and your lives, and that's not right, or that's not fair, and it's selfish of you.
Yeah. The theory of time travel is shit, by the way. It doesn't exist. Time travel is impossible.
I don't know about that. I'm not a scientist.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It's impossible.
You're like, it's just fuck that.
It's impossible.
Okay. So, in my opinion, manipulating time is a really dog shit power, right? Because then you never get to be...
No, manipulating time and being knowledgeable about the future, it's two different things.
No. Manipulating time. That's what I'm saying. So because they can manipulate time, right? That means they can go forward in time. They can go back in time, right? So let's say you go, but okay, let's put it on this basis. Your body doesn't teleport. Your consciousness does.
See,
so like you wouldn't teleport into the future, and there would be like another you. Your consciousness would teleport in the future, and you'd have all the memories leading up to that point.
Yeah.
Right. So you'd know what happened from where you were to where you are now.
See, my version of manipulating time is the past is the past. You can't change the past. You can't go back into the past, but you can slow down time, but you can't make it go faster.
Like a superhero power.
Mine is not time travel. It is basically slow down time and then speed it up. But you cannot go into the future and know something before it happens. Yeah, or know something before it happens.
I still think I think it'd be a dope ass superhero power. Right, and I'm sure there's a superhero
because if you slow down time,
I think that's cool.
Right? Fuck, but there's a lot of physics that go into that I'm not considering because I'm not a physician.
Well,
physicist.
Yeah, physician would be like a doctor.
Yeah, fuck them.
Right.
Fuck the doctors.
But like, even if you could slow down time, right, and not as if it were a superpower, it'd be super dope, save a lot of people's lives. But my thing is, if you use it for like personal gain, right, like your friend's about to get shot, so you slow down time and you try to save him. Well, I'd let him get shot.
Why?
Because it was gonna happen anyway, and you've decided.
But what if you were there to? What if that was your fate?
Fuck him.
See, I believe everything that happens is supposed to happen. Everything that didn't happen wasn't supposed to happen.
Exactly. So if he was supposed to get shot, right?
Yes.
Because assuming that manipulating time would be an abnormality in everyday life.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
If you had the power to manipulate time, that means you were meant to have that power. Okay. That means it is.
That's not true. Okay.
What are you talking about?
There's fate, but there's also just happenstance.
I don't believe in fate or happenstance.
I believe everything. I believe in happenstance.
Dude, I'm gonna pee in your mouth. Okay.
Dude, speaking of, I have to pee. You want to entertain him for 2 minutes?
I'll also have to. You want to go pee together?
No. You entertain, then I'll come back.
What am I gonna entertain them with?
Just fucking talk about a topic.
No, I'm gonna talk about this pure leaf cherry hibiscus.
No,
you hurry up.
You idiot.
Okay, so we are at this house, right? And he offers me some pure leaf, caffeine-free cherry hibiscus flavor with other natural flavors. It's brewed herbal tea. I took 2 sips of it, and it's not that good. I gotta be honest with you. It's very like sharp, if that makes sense. You know, I think it's definitely not something for everyone. Actually, not that bad. I'm gonna drink some more of it. Nope, it's not good. Don't drink this. It's a very bad idea. You know what? Most teas are bad. I'll have to say that. Unsweetened tea, though. unsweetened tea is like one of the best teas I believe you can have in the world.
Okay, go.
Okay, the fucker is back, so I'm gonna stop talking about unsweetened teas.
Are you serious? Is that what you're talking about?
I was talking about this. I was like giving a review on that.
Oh my god.
So you entertained them for 2 minutes.
Of course I can entertain them. I'm like the star of the show, man.
We're like fucking
Starsky and
cat
Hutch.
Dog. Okay,
Cat Dog.
we're Cat
We're
Dog.
the same
Without
thing.
you, I couldn't be Cat Dog. Without me, you couldn't be Cat Dog. We just be Cat and Dog.
That
but
would be
together,
so boring.
But together,
We're Cat Dog.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Fucking allergy.
So who's cat? Who's dog?
Well, you're a pussy, so.
I'm cat apparently. So I think I'm just gonna jump to one of the topics and talk without him because I think he's an idiot. I'm just joking. Jesus Christ, you're still in the room. It's fine. What do we got? So I'll read off some of the topics. We have wills and like death, right? Which you talked about already, but you guys aren't gonna hear about that. We had diners. We had PewDiePie. We had board games, natural magnets, dating disabled people. 3 wishes from a genie, manipulating time, and when power/internet goes down. Now I'm gonna talk about PewDiePie because that's clickbait. I don't like him. I think he's a funny guy and he has a unique perspective, and I don't hate it. I think his videos are boring though. I think his entertainment value is low. I think he has moments that are funny, but I don't think they're as great as people think they are. Now I appreciate, to say the least, the way he, addressed T-Series, and I think there was something else that he addressed. I'm not sure. I don't keep up with him. But I was watching, my brother and I got some friends who are like fanatics, and it's outrageous. What has he done that is like so incredible, right? Now don't get me wrong. I think he's a good YouTuber. Obviously he's a good YouTuber. I just think he appeals to the masses too much, and to me it makes him seem like a sellout. You don't get as many subscribers as he does without doing things that only other people want to see, right? And when it comes to my YouTube, like I prefer my YouTubers to kind of do their own thing and not really give a shit about what people want to see, so that's my preference personally.
On what?
PewDiePie.
He's not a good content creator.
That's what we were talking about. That's what I was talking about with these guys. I don't think he's a good content creator, and how I think he's a sellout almost, because you don't get as many subscribers as he does, and I already told him this, without like appealing to masses.
I have to say something real quick before we talk about anything else. I was going to come in here and compliment on how nice your bathroom was, but then I noticed something, which really pisses me off. Okay, I go in and I close the door, and I try to lock it.
There's no lock.
There's no fucking... Why the fuck is there not a lock?
So there is a lock.
In the masturbating room.
There is a lock.
It's on the bottom? The
no,
little thing on the hole in the bottom?
No, so there's a hole in the door. There used to be a little notch in there, and not like a notch. It was kind of like a stick. You press the little stick in, and then it would lock the door. Okay?
This is gonna kill me.
So you put you push it in, and then it locks. Well, they screw out, and me and
Why
my
didn't
brother.
you have a normal lock?
So me and my brother would lock the doors like that. We'd lock each other out of our rooms and stuff, right? And there's an easy way to unlock it, but they ended up taking them out because we were like destroying the doors, and they wanted to make sure that we didn't break them.
I don't like giving someone that much power over my pissing. Just like at any point.
Did you feel vulnerable?
I didn't feel vulnerable, but I was very like, if someone comes in here, I'm gonna punch them in the fucking face.
It definitely instilled some trust with me and Chance. We had to like. That was the point where we realized like we had to respect each other's boundaries, or like we would see something very unseemly.
I don't want to see my brother's ding dong.
I've seen it.
My brother's ding dong.
I've seen my brother's ding dong. It's just like my ding dong. We're ding dong twins.
Well, you guys are brothers. I figured.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you get a big ding dong brother and a small ding dong you know.
So you guys are both small ding dongs, huh?
Yeah. You know what? Like my poppy doesn't have a big ding dong. I'm not gonna talk about.
Know that.
I'm not gonna talk about how I know that.
I don't.
But in my personal opinion, I don't think it's very big. Okay. Now that's not to say that it's not valuable.
Anyway,
as a ding dong.
Anyway.
That made you uncomfortable, didn't it?
Well, I don't feel like our listeners want to talk about your papi's ding dong.
I think it has entertainment value.
Honestly, penis, ugly.
Yeah,
it's an ugly organ.
I agree.
Just the male body.
I just think it's the penis.
No, the male body.
No,
definitely the male body.
I think you're an idiot.
A lot of people think that. You'd make a lot of friends if that's how the people base it.
It's true. So I was talking about pubes. I read off what our ideas were. I read them all off. So, you know, if this were live, I'd be like, so what do you guys want to talk about? Fucking, we're dumb. So, do you want to re-talk about the wills?
No, I'm done with the will. I'm done with
diners.
Death. I'm done with that.
Want to talk
we
about
haven't talked about diners. Yeah.
We haven't. It's been up there for 3 podcasts.
So diners. I love diners. Everything about diners. Even when there's shitty food.
Yeah.
I love them. I'll pay $20 to eat their shitty food.
Let's name a couple. Denny's, Waffle House, any home family diner.
Exactly. There's this place called in Wickenburg called Screamers.
Best delicious. I love Screamers.
We should go Screamers one day. You know, great food.
Next podcast? I won't be here.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we're gonna have to meet there.
That's a way longer drive for me there, Buckaroo.
But yeah, just diners overall. I love their coffee.
Yeah.
I drink straight black coffee 90% of the time, unless it's like my mother's coffee, which she pours all the fucking coffee grounds in the fucking pot for no reason. So it's just like I pour coffee into my cup. I'm like, oh man, I see some coffee grounds. Holy shit! You know, I'm drinking straight.
Makes it dark.
Straight dirt right now.
Straight dirt.
And it hurts. It hurts so much. I don't put that much coffee in my cup, so I put some creamer and some sugar in there, water that shit down, and then I drink it. But fuck, dude, I can't handle that shit. Can't handle it.
But diner coffee.
Especially when it's been like brewing all night.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't even taste bad. So he takes his coffee black. I'm more of a Pris.
Puts hair on your chest.
I'm more of a Pris. You know, I wouldn't even doubt it. Like, I haven't drank a lot of black coffee, and my hair is
minimal.
Oh
yeah.
Like chest wise, face wise, everywhere.
That's soft.
Well, we can go back to the shaving thing. I do shave my chest and pit hair sometimes.
I don't. I'm a mountain man.
I know some women like them clean, some women don't.
Some women,
as a general rule,
don't like them clean.
Some women like them scruffy,
dude. They want
a bear. They want to like fucking dig in.
They want a man's man.
They want to dig in, really get in there. Like,
and those women, I applaud.
They're scary.
That's what I'm saying. They're fucking terrifying. They're like, they're human beings.
They're human beings. So, my favorite thing about a diner is when it's like halfway empty. You get like an elderly
4:30 in the morning.
4:30, any time that people shouldn't be
from
awake.
Like 2 to like 6 o'clock.
I would say 12 to 5.
12 to 6.
I wouldn't say 6.
Why not?
Because by 5 people are waking up.
Yeah, but no one's going to fucking Denny's at 5 o'clock in the morning.
They do.
I went to Denny's. Actually, that's not true. Yeah. A lot of truckers go to Denny's.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like in between, like 12 to 5. 5 is like a general like. Not
Diner's just a good setting.
Just
a good setting.
I love the music if they have it. Generally, like they always play solid music. It's always like from the '60s, and if it's not from the '60s, it's like classic. Well, I guess classic rock.
Milkshakes, Johnny Rockets.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and we went to Johnny Rockets weeks ago, and dude, beautiful food.
Beautiful. I love
beautiful music. And they're stimulating.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk at a diner, but you don't want to just talk. You want to be there for hours and then not know it.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you're like, I have things to do. Like, and I'm behind. Right.
I'm late to my dentist appointment.
That's a good visit at a diner. You know, I kind of thought I'd have more content on a diner.
It's just good. Go to diners. Support
them. You know, whether it's a big chain or
How long
not.
is this podcast right now?
Right now it is 48 minutes and 42 seconds. Right now.
Well, if we
can go 10 more minutes.
Yeah, but if we recorded our original podcast, this podcast would have probably been 2 hours. Let's be honest.
That's true, but we would have stopped at an hour.
Would we?
I think we were supposed to.
I wouldn't have.
We should have.
We can talk about Juuls versus cigarettes.
Juuls versus cigarettes? I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Well, because we're underage, as of now.
But we can hypothetically say if we would rather smoke a Juul or a cigarette.
Well, how about this? Let's preface it, okay?
Is it preface or preface?
Preface.
I like preface.
I like the way it sounds.
Yeah, sounds like I'm smart.
Preface is definitely the retard way of saying it.
That's why you said it.
So, a little preface. Earlier this year, it was not illegal for an 18-year-old to go into a smoke shop
and
or
buy
a Circle K and buy
cigarettes,
nicotine products, in
tobacco,
general, right?
Yeah.
So
I bought my mom a lot of cigarettes back then. Like 6 months ago.
During that time period, I will admit that I explored nicotine products, and then like a month later, they were like, "Yeah,
fuck you,
nah,
yeah, we can vote. We can vote on the presidential election.
We can go to war.
We can vote on war, but we cannot smoke tobacco."
Tobacco, whether or not, like, it's not even the fact that we do or don't. It's just the fact that we don't have a choice anymore. It
pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing American about what's going on right now.
Now, health-wise, Juuls are awful. One pod has the same like nicotine level, like the same effect as one pack of cigarettes.
I believe that.
And you can do a pod in a day.
I believe that.
Right, and depending on the nicotine percentage,
that's a lot of fucking nicotine.
And the type of like pod you get, right? You can smoke like 2 pods a day, right? Or Juul 2 pods, or vape 2 pods, or whatever, right? Because like some of the off brands, which are now illegal, they would burn quicker, and they had higher nicotine percentages, like up to 6%, right? And they would burn way quicker for some reason. So you might go through a pod a day or 2 pods, right? And that obviously that depends on like how addicted you are. Right, like some people.
I would roll my cigarettes.
You'd buy cigarettes?
I would roll them. I'd buy shit to roll my cigarettes.
So you would buy cigarettes over Juul, though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
I think they're fancier. Like they make you.
They're classier. They're classier, definitely.
If I talk about how like in the 20s everyone was like cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like buy them, commercials.
Even
like,
even through 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Like they weren't popular until like the 90s.
No, they were cigarettes.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, like cigars.
Early 2000s is when I really start.
They were all advertised.
Yeah, but early 2000s is when I really start seeing the anti-cigarette.
Yeah, that's when it started picking up. Yeah,
agenda.
The agenda, like it's a crime. Like it's like.
I need the table. Have
you seen? You can see it on the thing. There's a big old marker right there, like where it picked up so much audio.
Have you seen? You haven't seen Mad Men, right? I would recommend Mad Men as a show. It is a fantastic show about a advertising agency, and like it follows these group of men, obviously. And there's this one female, and I love her. She's like the best female lead you can have in a show. It really shows the growth throughout the show with all the characters and with society, because it goes from the 60s to the 70s and late 70s, and it deals with drugs, alcohol, sexism, racism, and it's so great.
It was quite a decade.
Couple decades.
Yeah.
And it's just so good. I love it because it just talks. I don't know. It's just a very classy show to watch. In my opinion.
Did you feel like you learned something?
It was just art.
I like that. It was art.
It was art.
Let's talk about that. Some film is really artistic.
But that's why it's called film. I don't call Marvel movies film. Okay.
Yeah,
they're movies.
Those are movies.
Okay. I go to the theater.
Clickbait on YouTube.
I go to the movie theater to watch movies. I go to the theater to watch film. Okay? Yeah, cunts.
Wait, it's called the movie theater.
Yeah, fuck you.
So okay. So maybe it's called the movie theater because it's a mixture between film and movies.
Film? No, it's between movies and theater.
Movies and film, which you ascertain to be
deep throat you right now.
Theater.
Face throttle you to hell.
Face throttle you to hell. That's deep, man.
Oh yeah. So
it's gonna be.
Anyway, like Quentin Tarantino movies. Those are. Every movie is film. Like every movie of his is a film. It's a film. Okay. Joker was a film. Mm-hmm.
The new one with Joaquin Phoenix. Watch it if you have.
Joaquin. Okay, Joaquin.
What did he say at was it the?
It's one of the award.
The award. That
Global.
I don't know what's
Golden Globes. I think.
The Golden Globes. Yeah. He had a speech and he talked about like.
They're all very pretentious.
They all talked. He talked about like injustice in his speech, like against minorities and.
I remember veganism a lot.
Was it veganism?
I thought it was
I
veganism.
didn't actually watch it. I just saw clips.
I saw clips too. I thought it was about veganism.
I wasn't gonna watch it. I could care less about the Golden Globes.
Me too.
Emmys.
Me
Fuck
too.
that.
But the only reason I watched the clip is because it was Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly.
He's such a good actor, dude.
Such.
I've seen so many of his movies. Such a
so
good
underrated.
actor. Yeah. You know what else is
Well,
underrated?
until now, what?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I agree.
He's such a good fucking. Have you
Such
seen
a good
Nightcrawler?
actor, and because of his eyes, like he can like really express.
Yeah.
And it's kind of creepy,
Have you
but it
seen
makes it better.
Have you seen Nightcrawler? Nightcrawler's such a fucking
What's
good
that?
movie. He's a guy looking for a job, and he stumbles across going to like live accidents that just happened and videotaping it. I forgot what they're called. Like a cameraman and he sells it to news stations.
Oh, okay.
And basically that's the whole movie, and it's so fucking good. Like it's just a simple premise like that.
Yeah.
You can transform into so much more, and I love it. Like Prisoners. Have you seen Prisoners with Hugh Jackman? Dude, that movie will.
You're a film man.
I'm a film man. I watch.
I'm more of a TV show guy.
I like TV shows, but I like certain TV shows. Like Breaking Bad, that's a good show. It's
Some
not,
TV
it's
shows
not like art, like Mad Men.
Definitely offer like a level of depth, right?
Mad Men had to think.
Like
about
I'd rather watch a TV series documentary than watch a movie. Like I've done both, right? But like I don't know, something about the TV series, because each episode, like if it's about like there was one, it's on Netflix. It's
like
called,
Ozark.
It's called The Roman Empire, right?
Yeah, sorry.
And it's a really good TV series, and like each season is focused on like one character in the Roman Empire. The second season about Julius Caesar. The first season is all about the beginning of the fall of Rome, which was I don't know why, but Amadeus is in my brain, but it's definitely not Amadeus. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The fall of Rome was
the beginning of the fall of Rome, which starts with this like.
I think I know who you're talking about.
This kid is like basically just like a freaking slut for a while, right? But his dad basically beats him and sends him to war, and he ends up becoming like a really good soldier. And he like works his way through the ranks, but obviously he's the son of the emperor, and he ends up becoming the emperor, and it's like a lot of stress on him and whatnot. But like he was the beginning of the fall, apparently. It was a good show. I can't remember it obviously, so
what else is a good show?
Didn't learn anything.
Ozark is a very very
Ozark
good
is
show.
so good. That's a film show. Like,
That's art.
That's
it's art.
That's so good.
Okay.
The shots are good. The show is good.
The acting is
so spot on.
amazing.
I mean, it's Jason Bateman. Like we all knew he was a good actor
because he was funny though.
But
he
we
was never
never-
really in serious shit. And then I saw him in this. I was like, funny guy can act.
Funny guy can act, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So much depth to the show.
And they just keep going, you know. And some shows feel like they're running out of material. Ozark, I think, leaves so many ideas on the table to be played with that it just doesn't run out, because they leave you with every season like on a new adventure, ready for the next season.
And none of the seasons have been bad. Like
Exactly.
Like a lot of shows fall into that like escalation kind of mindset where they have to have a new threat, it has to be escalated, right? And the show escalates, but in subtle ways.
There's
right?
suspense from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Because
every episode.
At any point they could fucking die.
Yeah.
You know? They're fucking, we don't know. They don't know.
The premise of the show is you have a man named Jason Bateman.
No, not just not
Not named Jason Bateman.
Marty.
Is it Marty? Yeah,
Marty
it's
Bird.
Marty.
Marty Bird.
Yeah. So
and his family.
Marty Bird's.
He's a.
But his partner smuggled money or laundered money.
Well, let's just give the overview.
So basically, he gets involved with the cartel and
he launders their money.
And he launders their money.
But he also wants to leave.
But he can't just leave, right? Because
it's the fucking cartel.
It's the cartel, right? But his partner puts him in a hole because his legal partner, which he at the time wasn't like aware that his partner was laundering money. Do you have a seizure? What the fuck?
That was a pen.
What?
It was in my ear and I fell out. Continue.
His partner stole from the cartel. The cartel wants his money back like tenfold, right? So the cartel essentially threatens to kill his family, blah blah blah, right? So now he's laundering money for the cartel, and the FBI are on him, right? But
in the Ozarks.
In the Ozarks, I don't even know where they are.
It's in like Missouri area.
Missouri, yeah, okay. So they go through all these different loops. He has to build legitimate businesses and launder money through the businesses, right? So in order to make the money legitimate and give the money back to what's the cartel leader's name?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know, but each season, they offer, like, they add in
characters.
They add in characters. They add in more conflicts, right? that surround it, right? And it becomes almost
it's just
like
good writing.
Yeah.
It's great writing.
The way they do it, right? It's not, it seems cliche, kind of, but at the same time, the way they do it is so smooth and it's so like...
The flow is
awesome.
Yeah. I love it. It's such a great show. I love it.
Even if something happens like super suddenly, like the last episode of the last season, so
sudden. I was like, when that happened,
it was like crazy. Like
I wasn't expecting it, and I paused it. I was like, "How much is left in the show?" I'm like, 30 seconds. You're gonna let me think? What is this? Oh, I love it though. I loved it. I loved it.
Hug, and you're like, "What the fuck? This is how they end it, man!" And it's this moment where, dude, it's so good. There's no way that show will flop. Unless they change directors, which I don't think they are, because I think Jason Bateman is the director.
He is the director.
And the producer for
the show. And he loves that fucking... Why would he... he's just a good...
So he's not going to flop on his own show.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I am disappointed about is I really liked the Marvel series that they had on Netflix.
Yeah. I only liked... They're discontinued. They're not even canon in the Marvel Universe.
Which I hate, because they did such a good job with Punisher.
They did
such an amazing job with Daredevil.
And Jessica Jones. I liked the first season of Jessica Jones.
Was pretty good.
Only the first season.
Was it the second? Did they have a third?
No, they didn't have a third.
So the second season was a little patchy, but I liked it.
The first one with the Doctor Who guy.
Luke Cage is neat.
It's okay.
But it's not the greatest.
It's very comic booky.
Yeah, it is.
It's the most comic book.
It's the most comic book show they have.
And then
you know what? Iron Fist and Luke Cage are super comic-y.
But Iron Fist does it so bad.
It's so bad. Like I like the fighting scenes and stuff, but if I'm being honest, Daredevil has the best.
He's so arrogant.
Yeah,
I hate him.
It's like that rich boy trying to prove himself, and I understand like the concept and like.
But if you went to like the monks,
right,
you should not be that arrogant. You know,
he
comes back with this arrogance.
And he grew up as a kid. His best friend and partner, his original partner from wherever the fuck it is,
New York.
No, like the place that he came from, like the monk temple.
Somewhere in the Himalayas, I think.
Yeah, but remember, there's like a portal to another world.
Who fucking knows?
Okay,
dude?
so basically, the place he comes from, right? Like his partner, or like best friend while he was there, is super refined and like super monk-esque. Right? At peace, right? Well, obviously it changes. Like,
yeah, I don't remember.
There's a lot of resentment.
I was very upset with that show.
His partner has a lot of resentment towards him because he is the Iron Fist and not him, right? Not himself.
It's like a chosen one thing,
right? And so, and he doesn't think his friend has earned it. But long story short, right? The fighting scenes are cool. There's ninjas and shit, and that's always fun, right? Mostly, because it's action, right? But the fighting scenes in that are almost like worse than any other show I've seen, just because like it's good choreographed, but everything around it makes it bad. Yeah. Right? So it's just a boring show. I think it has a storyline. I just think they did a poor job executing it. I don't know. I just remember I remember hating myself for a while. He wasn't a good actor. He was such his arrogance really pissed me off. His arrogance made me more mad than anything. Usually when people have arrogance, they have this cool to them, but he was just an arrogant asshole. He was like, oh yeah, I'm back. I'm the head of the company. By the way, we're selling everything at the price. At what we pay for it, it's basically we're making no profit. And that pisses me off. It's like, what the fuck? You can't just walk in. You've been gone for years. But even then, like, I love the kids he grew up with before I got into the plane crash. I hate everything about that show. The Rands. No, they're not the Rands. He's Daniel Rand. Main character Daniel Rand, Iron Fist, blah blah blah. Okay, so he had friends that he grew up with, and then he got into a plane crash. He was the only survivor, and then the monks took him in, and he started training and became the Iron Fist, right? But he didn't return to New York for like 10 years or something like that, 10, 15 years. So. But the friends he grew up with as a kid, right, they're kind of twisted in the beginning, right? But I think the sister dies and the brother works at the company still. But the brother turns like into a super cool character, which out of the entire show, he's my favorite by far. He's so cool. He has the right mindset, but it doesn't like work out for him. He ends up getting like addicted to painkillers in the first season, but he comes out of it at the end. At the end of the show, like he's my favorite guy in the world. Did you watch Defenders? The Defenders? It was okay. Where it mashed them? Yeah. I loved it because that was the moment you got to see how much how awesome Daredevil was.
And he kicked Iron Fist ass. I remember that.
Yeah, he not only does he beat the Iron Fist ass, or all of their asses for that matter. The only one he can't beat is Luke Cage, just because you can't
beat Luke because
he's bulletproof.
He's bulletproof.
Right? Like
how you beat
only the Iron Fist can beat Luke Cage, but that's just because he has a fist made of
iron,
God's steel, right? Which is completely unfair, if I'm being honest. Complete raw talent, which is why I like Daredevil the best. Because he's better than Batman. Fuck Batman, Daredevil. Different universes.
Daredevil is blind and poor.
Yeah, blind and poor does a way better job. Utilizes black market resources to make him a suit that can potentially dodge bullets. Even if he gets shot, he'll feel it. It'll kill him.
But it won't stop him.
But it won't stop him. Right? His suit blocks swords, and his head can only take one bullet, but not directly. If it's from far away and it happens to deflect.
By the way, Kingpin in that show, I forgot his name. The actor who plays Kingpin, I think does a very.
Is that Kingpin?
The bald guy?
I don't think that's Kingpin.
That is definitely Kingpin. That's Kingpin.
What's his name? No, his name's
Fisk.
Wilson Fisk. I don't think he's Kingpin. Kingpin's.
Do you need me to look this up for you?
Oh my god. Does that mean Spider-Man fights him at a later point? Or, because remember Spider-Verse, he fights Kingpin. Spider-Verse. Oh my god.
Yes.
I didn't know
So
that.
Spider-Verse fights Kingpin.
That's a different universe, though.
It's a different universe.
Okay.
But yeah. What's the time?
I like it. Oh, time is 1 hour and 5 minutes.
Should we end it here?
We should probably end it here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about Kingpin. We talked about
Daredevil,
the
Marvel series and Netflix.
We talked about
just
Ozarks,
just
the art
TV
that
shows
film
in
is.
general, and film and art.
Yep. We talked about a little bit about learning, right? How you
Three wishes.
You don't like to read. We talked about the 3 wishes.
We took a pee break.
Pee break. That was excellent.
I love the pee break.
Yeah,
I was way more entertaining than you were.
So relieved.
Oh yeah. I still don't like how there's no lock on the door.
I mean, that's a you thing. I talked about PewDiePie. You talked about manipulating time. I kind of want to hear people's thoughts on their wishes and manipulating time, but obviously
we're not gonna get
it. What else?
Diners.
We talked about diners, and that was it. I think.
That was it. All right, ladies and gents. We'll see you.
I'll see you in the next one. This has been
Weenus
Seth
Gang
and Nick,
podcast.
North is South, and Cremation. This has been Weenus Gang podcast, and we are
see you next
outta here.
Wet Wednesday.
Wet Wednesday.
Yeah, keep your titties dry. Okay.